Okay, good morning. So, for today, pag-aaralan naman natin infinite limits and limits at infinity. Now, ang mga taya dito, so far, ang mga naaral natin, yung basic limits, ang involved sa basic limits, ano no? Yung unang-una nating lesson ng limits ay polynomial, rational, radical. Yung radical, para dito pumapasok yung rationalization. Dahil pumasok yung one-sided limits. Saan nag-shine ng one-sided limits? Kapag meron kong mga piecewise function, piecewise, absolute, tsaka yung square root of zero. Ngayon, ito na yung infinite limits. Infinite limits, ibig sabihin, well, makakuha ka ng sagot na infinity. Now, sino yung mga function na usually involved dito? Ang uh, dito pala GIF pala. Usual na mga culprit dito sa infinite limits, mga rational. Okay? Mga rational ang kadalasan tayo dito. At yung behavior nila, imimimic nila yung behavior nitong square root of zero. Parang kailangan mo i-identify kung zero plus or zero minus bago natin masabi kung positive infinity or negative infinity. Parang ito, pag zero plus, sa loob ng square root, zero. Pero square root zero minus does not exist. So, ganun din dito. Okay? Ang isa pang tapos sa limits at infinity naman, magkaiba yung dalawang idea na to. Limits at infinity naman, ang kadalasang tayari ito, rational with radicals. Parang pinaghalo yung rational at radical. Don't worry, makakita tayo ng mga example. So, pag ganun yung example, ganun yung attack, basically, pag ganun, ang nangyayari, pag ganun yung problem, ganun yung, parang titigan nyo yung ano combination na ano ba yung problem, ano ba yung function, ito yung attack. Okay, ganun. And of course, ang laging first attack ninyo, mag-plug in. Lagi yung first method natin para makapagsigot ng limits. Now, let's um, let's give a motivation behind limits. So, suppose we have the function 1 over n squared. Ano nangyayari as x approaches 0? So, titingnan natin yung 0 from the left and 0 from the right. Okay, so may idea na kasi tayo ng one-sided limits. So, titingnan natin yung unit interval na negative 1 to 1. Okay? Actually, ang unit interval talaga 0, 1. Pero for now, negative 1 to 1. Para cement, negative 1 to 1. Okay. Tingin tayo ng mga numbers na malapit. No? So, pag 1 muna, from the right, kapag ang x mo ay 1, 1 over 1 squared, 1. Pag 0.5, 1 over 0.5 squared, that would be 1 over 1 half squared. So 1 over 1 squared. We get 4.1. 1 over 1 over 10 squared. That would be 1 over 1 over 100. So we get 100. So notice, habang yung x lumalapit sa 0, yung f mo, palaki, yung f mo, yung y value mo, palaki ng palaki. Okay? It's not approaching 10 billion or flood control money. Hindi niya ina-approach. So, ina-approach talaga infinity. Infinity, palaki siya. Ay, wala akong. Ayun. Infinity, ina-approach niya. Now, let's look at when we approach coming from the left. Pag negative 1 naman, it's 1 over negative 1 squared, we get 1. Same thing. With negative 0.5, you get 4. Negative 0.1, 100. So, as you get closer to 0 pa rin, the value still goes to positive infinity. Okay? So in some sense, as x approaches 0 from the right, or x approaches 0 from the left, f increases indefinitely, or there is no bound to its growth. Okay? Yun yung idea doon. So, that, ang idea ba dito, the limit exists? The limit does not exist no longer. Kasi pag sabi mong limit kasi, may limitasyon ka. Okay? May limitasyon ka, may hangganan ka. So, ibig sabihin nito, kahit may sagot tayong infinity, okay? Ang infinity, hindi number. It's just a concept. So, ibig sabihin, papunta ka sa infinity, even though you have that definite answer na infinity, the limit still does not exist. Okay? So, baga maraming uri ng limit doesn't exist. Ano yung mga yun? At isa doon yung infinity. Okay? Kung may magtanong, ano pa yung mga iba pang mga limit na sa exist? Yung mga jump. Pag-aaralan natin yung mga yan, yung mga jump, ayan. Limit does not exist siya kasi from the left, ito yung ano nila, from the right, ito naman. Jump din. Infinity then another type of limit does not exist. So pag-aaralan natin yung mga iba't ibang, may tatlong uri ng limit does not exist. Pag-aaralan natin soon. Okay. So ito ang graph ng 1 over m squared. So nakikita ninyo, habang lumalapit tayo sa zero, yung ano natin, yung graph natin, parang papalapit siya ng papalapit dito sa ano, no? Papalapit siya ng papalapit. Eh, yung value niya, yung y values na pumupunta sa infinity, yung y values. So, kung parang pwede mo pagmasdan, dumidikit yung graph mo dito sa as a y-axis. Now, may graphical interpretation yan. Kasi, ano ba ang domain ng function natin? Ang domain ng function natin, all real except zero. So imagine nagpapalimit ka sa isang number na hindi part ng domain. So, pwede ka man talaga magpalimit kahit sa anong number, kahit hindi pa siya part ng domain. So, you can see the behavior. Okay? So, at ito yung x is equal to 0, y-axis. So, ibig sabihin, habang lumalapit yung value mo sa x is equal to 0, yung y value pumupunta naman sa infinity. So, ganito yung trend ng graph natin. Okay. So, ano yung intuitive definition behind uh, behind that idea? So, we say that the limit of f as x approaches a number a pa ito ha, is positive infinity. Or the limit of f as x approaches a is negative infinity. Yung una, ito, yung walang bracket or braces. Yeah. Square bracket. If the value of y increases without bound whenever the values of x gets closer and closer to a. On the other hand, pag pa-approach ka naman sa negative infinity, you're decreasing. It makes sense. Negative infinity, malaki pa rin yan, malaking number, pero nagdi-decrease ka. Decrease yung idea behind that. And so we have this notation. Limit of f of x as x approaches a is equal to positive infinity. Pag gano'n naman, negative infinity, limit of f of x as x approaches a is equal to negative. In the above definition, x approaches a can be replaced by x approaches a from the left or x approaches a from the right. So, ayan, paghahalo-haloin na natin yung mga ideas natin. One-sided limits together with, what do we call this? Infinity. Yung infinite limits. So, pwede yan. Kumbaga, i-treat mo muna ito yung ordinary limits. Tapos, ito yung one-sided version ng infinite limits. Okay? Let's look at some examples. So, ito pala example. So, what can we say about this function here? So, instead of writing this in a tabular form, mapapansin mo, limit as x approaches 0 from the right, okay? 0 from the right of 1 over x squared is equal to positive infinity. Sa kabila namang banda, limit of 1 over x squared as x approaches 0 from the left is also equal to positive infinity. So, the good thing about this is you can drop the superscripts, yung plus, minus, at pwede mo na siya isulat as limit of 1 over x squared as x approaches 0 is positive infinity. Okay? Ito yung caution dito ha. Pwede mo gawin yan pag pareho yung sagot, plus infinity. Pag negative ito, hindi mo pwede i-drop yung plus and minus sign. Ano yung kagandahan at kapangitan nito at the same time? Ang kagandahan nito, dahil pareho nga sila ng limit sa one-sided na yan, pwede mo isulat ng ganito. Kagandahan. Ano yung kapangitan? Hindi ibig sabihin may sagot kang positive infinity, the limit exists. Yung nagkataon lang na pareho sila ng sagot. Pero hindi ibig sabihin the limit exists. The limit still does not exist. Pero kailangan mo i-identify kung anong uri ng does not exist ito. And the answer is still is infinity. So you have to identify. Kasi remember, from our lesson, ito, one-sided limits, ang sabi dito, where's that theorem? Ang sabi sa theorem, ayan, sabi sa theorem, limit of f is equal to L as x approaches a if and only if limit from the left is equal to the limit from the right is equal to a number. Kailangan may number dito. Hindi pwedeng positive infinity yan. Again, limit of L, again, meron kang bounded. May bounded or bounded ka. Okay? So dito, bounded ka sa pinakataas ng infinity. So hindi pa rin ito, limit still does not exist. Yun yung gusto kong ma-take away nyo dito, that the limit, although the limit does not exist, identify pa rin natin kung anong uri ng non-existence meron siya. Oh, ayan, remark. Note that infinity is not a number, so limit of f of x as x approaches a equals to plus or minus infinity doesn't mean that the limit exists, but the symbol is important. Okay? Ayan yung remark. So, ano ang graphical interpretation ng uh, infinite limits? Okay? So, ito ang graphical interpretation niya. So, we have started, nagkaroon tayo ng graphical interpretation tayo last meeting sa one-sided. Ito yung gagawin natin mamaya, i-mix na natin itong idea. So, the line with equation x equal to a is a vertical asymptote of the graph of f if at least one of the following is true. Okay. So, yung x is equal to, usually, ito yung, di ba meron tayo, yung nakita natin, domain of f, all real except 0. Usually, yung nandito, itong number na to, ito yung mag-satisfy dito. But you have to test it kung totoo ang vertical asymptote siya. If it's a vertical asymptote, then one of these conditions must be satisfied. Okay? Isa lang sa kanila. One of the following is true. Kung yung iba dito, numbers talaga, okay lang. Pero pag may isa kang naging infinity, automatic na yon, vertical asymptote siya. Okay? So, anong itsura ng graph natin? Okay? Kapag meron kang, halimbawa, ito yung mga combination eh. A from the left, A from the left, A from the right, A from the right. A from the left, positive infinity. A from the left, negative infinity. Tingnan natin yung mga combination. So, ito yung ano natin, x-axis. So x approaches A from the left. Pag A from the left ka, yung y value mo, lumalaki. Lumalaki yung y value mo. So ibig sabihin, ito yung mga numbers mo. Ito ay negative 0.5, negative 0.6, negative 0.7, negative. Habang lumalapit sila sa A, palaki ng palaki yung value nila. So, ganito yung trend ng graph mo. Okay? On the other hand, if you're approaching A coming from the left, ito pa rin yung direction, X approaches A from the left, pero lumalaki ka in a negative sense. Yun yung gusto ko. Kasi pag nakikita nyo kasi infinity, ang nasa isip talaga malaki eh. So, lumalaki siya in a negative sense. Or, so, parang sabihin lumiliit eh. Kasi pag infinity, malaki talaga. Kaya decreasing. Parang hindi kayo convinced na parang decreasing. Sabihin na natin, lumalaki pero in a negative sense. Lumalaki in a negative sense pag ganito yung behavior ng function. Okay? Kasi yung y value niya, lumalaki pero pa negative. Paano naman pag x approaches a from the right, yung y value lumalaki. Okay, so x approaches a from the right, lumalaki. Pag ganito yung tsura ng graph. A from the right, x approaches a from the right, tapos yung y value mo naman, papunta sa negative infinity. Pag ganito naman yung direction. So, remember this class kung ano yung trend kasi pag nag-graph sketching tayo, well, tignan ko kung ma-fit in pa natin sa schedule natin yung graph sketching dito as a as a as as an application or babalikan natin to pagdating natin sa magde-derivative na tayo or differentiation. Babalikan natin yung concepts. Okay? But at least nakita niyo yung combination, ano itsura ng graph pag ganito yung scenarios natin. Apat na scenario ang meron. Okay. So, um, of course, ang gagawin natin, magkukumpita tayo ng limit. Magkukumpita tayo ng limit, hindi na tayo magre-rely sa graph. Yung, syempre, hindi na hindi efficient na kailangan may graph ka lagi. Yun nga yung goal natin, ma-graph ito from limits. So, ito yung unang step natin. So, you have here 3x over x minus 1. Now, it's not a standard. May question muna rito. A positive and negative infinity applies po despite it being higher or lower the x-axis as long as the trend is visible. Ah, positive and negative infinity applies for the... pwedeng pag ganito pa yung graph mo. Pag ganito. Pwedeng dito nagsisimula, tapos pag ganyan. Pwede yan. Tapos pwedeng pag ganyan. Pwede. Pwedeng nasa ilalim yan ng pwedeng nasa ilalim ng x-axis, pwedeng nasa taas, yung ibang part niya sa taas ng x-axis, pwede yan. So, pwede, ating mga, di ba, ating term natin, parang e to the power x, positive function, pero papunta sa infinity. So, may mga dagdag na mga ano pa yun. Dagdag na, pag-aaralan natin yung mga adjectives. Um, adjectives na may kinalaman dito. So far, pag nakataas ng x-axis, positive. Pero pag nandito, hindi mo naman sabing positive, pero it still goes to positive. Tama pa rin yung idea ng Lagos. Tama. Pwede nga dito sa ilalim. Basta ang trend pag ganyan. Ah, okay. Okay. So, let's now go to computation. Now, it's not a standard practice na kapag nagpapahanap tayo ng limits, hanapin yung domain ng function. Soon ito, gagawin natin ito pag nag-graphing na tayo. Okay, pag nag-graphing na tayo. Pero for now, hindi naman siya standard pa. Ano ba domain ng function natin? All real except number 1. Okay. So pag ganyan, tignan mo muna, plug in mo muna, ano ba makukuha mo? Limit as x approaches 1. 1 from the left muna, check natin. 3 times 1, 3. Okay. So safe ka na. Pag meron ka na ditong non-zero, safe na. So ibig sabihin, dahil hindi ito zero, uh, kahit may zero ka pa sa ilalim, number ito, you just have to identify kung plus or minus yung ito. Okay, how about sa denominator? Dito naman, 1 minus 1. So 0 so 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. You have to identify. So, sure ka na 3 over 0 is infinity. Okay. 3 over 0 is infinity. You have to identify kung positive infinity or negative infinity. Since we're approaching 1 coming from the left, so we choose a number, say 0.99. We replace x here by 0.99. 0.99 minus 1, we indeed get, and we don't need the actual value, negative lang. So we get here, that 0 negative. So, positive 3 over 0, negative sa positive ito, negative ito, we get negative infinity. Okay? Ito siya sa square root, no? So, ano to ha? The limit still does not exist. Tama yun. Pero we still have to justify kung ano ulit ng non-existence ito. In a similar manner, yung limit as x approaches 1 from the right, we get 3 over 0 then. Pero if we are taking any number from the right of 1, so sabihin natin 1.01, replace x by that number, we get 0 plus. So positive, 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 infinity. Now, either case, kung ito lang yung sinolve mo, automatic may vertical asymptote na sa x is equal to 1. Kagandahan nito, kumbaga, mas ano pa nga eh, hindi pa nga yung pagkakacheck kasi dalawa yung nasatisfy niya. Again, pag vertical asymptote, isa lang ang kailangan ma-solve para ma-declare ito. Pero dalawang sinolve mo, okay lang din. Sabihin naman namin sa mga example, ilan ang kailangan i-solve para masabi. But when we are now going to do graphs soon sa differentiation, mafe-feel nyo, you will you will have that sensation to kailangan nyo i-solve pareho. You will get that feeling. You will form that feeling along the way. Kasi sa simula, parang sabihin naman namin to ano yung solve. Pero you will form that intuition eventually. Kasi ang mangyayari, pag hindi niyo ginawa yung isa halimbawa, pag sinusubukan niyo na mag-graph, parang may kulang sa graph. Ganun yung mararamdaman niyo. So, alam mong may i-recalculate ka. So, mapag-feel mo na lang talaga kung enough ba or may kulang yung mga sinosolve mo. Okay? So, in general, ito na yun na, in general, if the limit of numerator as x approaches a is some number, and the limit of the denominator as x approaches a is 0, so here are the rules. Etong f of x, positive muna si c. Positive muna to. Positive ito, si g of x, 0, positive over 0. Okay, pero 0 plus, ang meron ka, positive. Hindi naman, positive over 0, pero you're approaching 0 minus, negative infinity. Paano pag negative si C? Pag negative si C, C over 0, ito negative ito ha, negative over 0, pero 0 plus, so negative over positive, negative infinity. On the other hand, kung negative yung numerator mo over 0 minus, negative over negative, positive infinity. Okay? Oh, let's look at some examples. Limit of 5x over 4 minus x squared as x approaches negative 2 from the left. Okay. So, ang favorite ninyo lagi, mag-plug in. So, pag nag-plug in, you get 5 times negative 2 over 4 times 4 minus negative 2 squared. You get negative 10 over 0. So, sure ka na infinity ang sagot dito. You just have to identify kung positive infinity or negative infinity. Now, kung wala kayong calculator, kasi pag may calculator, sige, negative 2 from the left, mag-iisip kayo negative 2.01. So, magpa-plug in kayo 4 minus negative 2.01 squared. You get a number. Okay? But you can actually, pwede mo siya tansyahin. Alam mo, mas malaki ito sa 4, no? This is bigger than 4. Bigger than 4. Bigger than 4. So, 4 minus something bigger than 4, that would be negative. So, meron kang negative over negative. Okay, negative over 0 negative, positive. Ayun na. Okay? That's one. Okay? That's one way. Tatansyahin ninyo. Kung may calculator kayo. Another way, kung wala kayong calculator, is to factor the denominator as linear factors. Katulad nung ginawa natin sa one-sided limits. Yung sa may square root of halimbawa, x squared, 5 plus 5x plus 6. I-factor mo yan as x plus 3 times x plus 2. Okay? i-factor mo as linear, tapos observe mo kung sino yung nagpapa-zero sa dalawa. Ito pa or ito pa. Kung may limit ka dito, as x approaches -2 from the right or -2 from the left. Ito yung magpapa-zero, yung x plus 2. So dito, ganun din, i-factor mo to. We get 2 plus x times 2 minus x. Then, dito mo i-observe 2, 2 plus -2, you get 0. 2 minus -2, we get +4. So, ito yung nagpapa-zero, itong part na ito. Ito lang yung kailangan mo panoorin. O nga pala, no, inat din pala. Yung mga sign din pala kahit sa numerator. So dito, 5 times -2, -10. You don't need to modify this part. Oh, so what happens here? So pipili ka ng number, say -2.01. Replace this part here, 2 plus -2.01. And you know the answer is negative. Okay, so meron ka ng 0 minus. So something negative, itong dalawang to magiging positive. Tapos may positive 4 ka pa rito, positive over 4. That would be positive infinity. Okay? So ayan, those are the two ways that you can do. So pwede kayong magtansya or kapag ayaw, mag-factor kayo. Same manner with the other side. Limit of 5x over 4 minus x squared as x approaches -2 from the right. Ganun ulit, -10 over 0. Plug in muna. So alam mo, infinity ang sagot dito. Then you factor it. 5x over 2 plus x times 2 minus x. You plug it in. We get here 2 plus -2. Ito yung magpapa-0. 2 minus -2, that would be 4. Pero pili ka ng number nasa right ng -2, say -1.99. 2 plus 1, -1.99. That would be 0 plus. So negative, positive, positive. That would be negative. Okay? Baka sabihin niyo, the limit does not exist. In the first place, the limits talagang hindi na nag-exist. Pero kasi baka talagang sabihin niyo, limit of 5x over 4 minus x squared as x approaches negative, it does not exist. Well, in the first place, hindi talaga siya nag-exist. Ang kasawayang palad pa, hindi mo pwedeng i-drop yung mga superscripts. Okay? Okay, let's do. So, um, paano yung algebra? Ito na ha, kasi balikan natin ito. At yung sinasabi ko na parang dinidistribute yung ano, yung nagsimula tayo ng lesson ng ano natin, ng limits. Merong tayong intuition. Ayan. May intuition tayo na yung limit. Pag may sum ka, dinidistribute mo yung limit. Okay. Yun yung intuition natin. Pero hindi talaga tama yung intuition na yun. Meron tayong hypothesis. Ang sinasabi, ang limit ng f mo, nag-exist. Ang limit ng g mo, nag-exist. Ang sinasabi ng theorem na to, kung gusto mo ma-evaluate ang limit ni f of x plus or minus g of x, it suffices to look at the individual limits ni f at individual limit ni g. Kasi kumbaga, paano mo ma-verify na nag-exist ang limit nito? Or ano ang value na magbibigay sa ano ang value ng limit nila? You can just refer to this existing two limits. Yun yung sinasabi na. The limit of this sum, you just refer to the existence of these two limits. Eh, ano yung problema natin ngayon? Infinity na yung mga limits natin. Dahil infinity na yung mga limits natin, hindi na nagpa-follow ito. Okay? Kasi what if ito, positive infinity, ito, negative infinity. Ito, positive infinity minus negative infinity. It's not necessarily zero. That's another indeterminate na pag-aaralan natin. So, ito yung mga kadalasan tinatanong namin sa mga true or false namin sa lecture exam. Kung gets nyo talaga yung theory behind it. Hindi lang marunong kayo mag-compute, you know the theory. So, again, hindi talaga siya dinidistribute. Or, kung makulit talaga kayo, dinidistribute lang siya kung ang limit mo nag-exist. Yun yung yun. Eh, paano pag ang limit mo hindi nag-exist? So, ano sinasabi dito? Hey, ito yung combo. If limit of f exists, you know, and limit of g is plus or minus infinity, ano masabi mo sa f of x plus g of x? Yung isa nag-exist, yung isa does not exist. Ang sum ng exist tsaka does not exist. Okay. If limit of f exists and limit of g uh, does not exist, then limit of f minus g magpapalit, minus plus infinity. Don't worry, this medyo theoretical to, pero mas pagtutuunan natin yung examples for this part. Ang sinasabi lang, notice, hindi na dinidistribute yung limit. Hindi tayo this is equal to limit of f minus limit of g. Yung siya katulad ng nakita natin theorem kanina, parang nag-distribute. Kumbaga, ulitin ko, pwede ka lang mag-sort of distribute kung nag exist ang limit ng pareho. Pero pag hindi na nag exist hindi mo na pwede gawin. Okay? You have to remember this kasi pagdating sa Math 84, maraming ganitong ideas na paulit-ulit na lalabas. Yung hindi mo pwede gawin ito kasi hindi nag exist. Oo. Yun yung sa mga recurring thing ng calculus. Does the answer exist first? Kung hindi nag exist parang yung distributive law ay na-invalid. Kaya kailangan yung existence talaga nandun. Okay? Okay, next. Ang limit ng f papunta sa positive infinity. Ang limit ng g papunta sa positive infinity. O pag pinagsama mo ang isang pumupunta sa infinity, positive, yung isa pumupunta rin sa positive infinity, ano kang tingin mo mangyayari sa sum nila? Pupunta rin sa positive infinity. Pero pag yung isa positive infinity, si g negative infinity, pero sinubtract mo, ang negative of negative infinity, positive infinity pa rin. Okay? Algebra of the infinities to. So, will not go there. Baka isipin niyo that makes sense naman, negative times negative, positive. Pero, ano pa yan? May validation dyan bakit ang negative times negative infinity is positive infinity. Hindi siya basta-basta in-accept. Okay? Pero, for now, tatanggapin muna natin na totoo yun. Okay, so parang positive infinity minus negative infinity, we get positive infinity plus infinity. So we get positive infinity. Okay? Ayan pa lang ha, simple pa lang to. Wala pang mga pasaway dito. Now, let's look at multiplication. Sa multiplication naman, wala pala dito. So ito yung, sorry, hindi pala multiplication pa. Ito yung summary. Exist multiplied by non-exist, we get here plus infinity. Okay? Now, kapag minus naman yon, C minus positive infinity, we get negative infinity. Ang sinasabi pala nito class, ito pala, kunyari, 5 plus, uh, 5 plus positive infinity, you still get positive infinity. Okay? Ito naman, 5 minus positive infinity, you get negative infinity. Kasi nangyayari equal to sa 5 minus infinity. Ang negative infinity, dagdagan mo man yan ng 5, okay? It's still negative infinity. It's a very big number. You don't know what it is. Okay, kahit ano pa yan, 1 trillion pa yan. 1 trillion, ang daming zeros, no? Minus infinity, it's still equal to negative infinity. Okay? Constant plus negative infinity. Negative infinity. So 5 plus, ganun yung kanina natin, negative infinity. It's 5 minus infinity. Negative infinity. 5 minus negative infinity. This will yield you 5 plus infinity. Ang infinity, dinagdagan mo ng 5, infinity pa rin. Okay? Para kang nagtapon ng gasolina sa apoy. Okay? Infinity pa rin. Infinity plus positive infinity. Positive infinity. Makes sense. Something very big. You add to something very big na pareho ang sign, something very big. Pero something very big, you subtract from something very big na pareho ang sign, plus infinity minus plus infinity. It's actually an indeterminate. Para siyang 0/0. It's not zero, okay? Infinity minus infinity is not equal to zero. We will discuss soon kung paano yan isa-solve. Ganun din. Positive infinity plus negative infinity ay pareho lang yun sa positive infinity minus infinity. So, indeterminate. Pero positive infinity minus negative infinity, it's equal to positive infinity plus infinity. So, we get positive infinity. So, itong dalawang to, pareho lang. Ito yung magiging problem natin. Mamaya. At tingnan naman natin yung ano, pag multiplication. Pag multiplication, say you have here, um, say C is a positive number. So, ang limit ni F nag-e-exist. Ang limit ni G hindi nag-e-exist. Okay. So, if C is a positive number, okay, positive class hindi non-negative. Pag positive siya, limit ng something positive, positive times ang g of x mo plus or minus infinity. Unahin mo natin yung plus infinity. C times plus infinity, so kunyari ito ay 5. 5 times positive infinity, of course, positive infinity pa rin. 5 times negative infinity, negative infinity. Okay? So kung positive, mare-retain yung sign ng infinity. Pero pag negative, say negative 5 times positive infinity, you get negative infinity. Negative 5 times negative infinity, you get positive infinity. Huwag nyo nalagyan ng 5 kasi ang 5 times infinity, infinity pa rin. Okay? So ito yung case na kapag exist multiplied by non-exist. Paano kapag parehong does not exist yung multiply mo? Well, positive infinity multiplied by positive infinity. We have to prove this, pero hindi natin gagawin. You get a sense. Infinity, minultiply mo ng infinity, is infinity. Infinity multiplied by negative infinity. It's still infinity, pero magiging negative. Okay? So, in some idea, yung infinity, parang ina-adopt niya rin yung algebra ng natin, ng mga real numbers. Okay? Hindi natin in-explain kung bakit nangyari talaga yon, pero somehow, parang, yun, nagbe-behave siya in ganong idea. Ang medyo hindi niya nga lang hindi nabe-behave dito. Halimbawa, negative 5 plus 5 is equal to 0. Hindi niya na-adopt yan. Negative infinity plus infinity is not equal to 0. Ganon din dito. What if you have 0? Kasi notice, ang nakita lang natin dito, C is positive or C is negative. And what if C is 0? So 0, bakit tayo sumula? 0, tayo sumula. Wala na kang init yata. Na class. Wait, wala na yata ko. So, mag-check. Yeah, naman, 77%. Ayaw. Wait lang ha. Let's go. What I mean, sumulat. Wait, let me pause for a while. So, ano mangyayari pag 0 multiplied by infinity? We know that 0 times 5, that would be 0. Ano ba to? Okay, 0 times 5 is 0. What? So, paano pag yung number, pinalitan mo ng infinity? It turns out 0 multiplied by infinity, plus or minus yan, hindi equal sa 0. Okay? So this is another indeterminate that we are going to encounter later on. Okay, so 0 plus or minus, 0 multiplied by infinity is not necessarily 0. Okay, so you might ask later on, ano ba yung mga ibang indeterminate? Marami, pito sila. We will um we will identify them later on at may technique para maalala sila. Okay? Kasi baka isipin ninyo, paano yung infinity over infinity? Is it an indeterminate? The answer is yes, indeterminate din to. How about infinity over zero? How about zero over infinity? So ayan, kung medyo parang magdududa na kayo, ay, parang ang daming combo. So, para madaling maalala, may ibibigay tayong technique. Okay? Teka lang ah. Ay, nagloloko ang ano. Nagloloko ang map. Okay. Okay. So, let's look at an example. Limit of x squared minus 2 over x minus 1. So, gagawin natin, yung favorite niyo, magpa-plug in as x approaches 1 from the left. So, favorite part, plug in 1 squared minus 2 over 1 minus 1. You get 1 minus 2 over 1 minus 1. Alam mo, 2 over 0 na to. So, infinity ang sagot. Now, you don't know kung plus or minus infinity ito. 1 minus, ano, malay mo kung magiging positive yan or ito ay magiging um, kung negative ito o ito ay positive. You don't know. So, you have to identify. So, there are two ways on how to attack this problem. The first way is limit ito nag-exist 1. How about 2 over x minus 1? You get here, x approaches 1 from the left. So, pag plinogin mo, ito ay 2 over 0. Pero 1 from the left, pwede mong gamitin 0.9. 0.9 minus 1, negative. So, 2, ito negative infinity. At 2 over 0, ito ay 0 from, sorry, 2 over 0 minus negative infinity. So meron ka positive 1 minus negative infinity, you get positive infinity. That's one way on how to attack that problem. And now, another way to attack this problem, ipakita natin tong next method na ito. Okay? You can use this etong method na ipapakita natin na pangalawa. Pwede mo siya i-apply din dito sa ano to, example na to. Okay, we will not, hindi natin gagawin na lang dito kasi baka maubusan tayo ng time. Pakita natin itong technique na to dito. So, limit of 1 over x squared minus n plus 2x over x plus 3 as x approaches negative 3 from the left. Favorite part, plug in lang, 1 over negative 3 squared minus 9 plus 2 times negative 3 over negative 3 plus 3. So you get 1 over 0 plus negative 6 over 0. So you get infinity plus infinity. Pero hindi mo pa alam kung plus or minus to or plus or minus. Iniiwasan mo to maging positive infinity, iniiwasan mo to maging negative infinity. Okay? So you have to, paano ka makakahanap ng remedy sa problem ito? So, like what we uh, did earlier, pag may mga ano ka, may mga quadratic ka or higher than linear factors, i-factor mo. X squared minus 9 can be factored as x minus 3 times x plus 3. Okay. Now, what the author did here is meron siyang, dito pa lang, um, ano na siya, you can do this. Pag negative 3 from the left, so, pagka-factor, it's 1 over negative 3 from the left, say negative 3.01, negative 3 plus 0.01 plus 3, 0 negative, negative 3 minus 3, negative 6, negative 3.01 plus 3, 0 minus, negative 3 times 2, negative 6. So dito makukuha mo, 1 over 0 negative, negative 6, ito ay positive infinity. Plus, etong part na to, positive infinity. So, plus infinity, you get positive infinity. That's one way on how to attack that problem. Kung naging apparent sa inyo agad, pwede nyo gawin yan, yung factor, then plug in ulit. Or, if you don't, hindi ayaw nyo to gawin, pwede rin. Ang pwede mo gawin, kunin mo yung LCD. Ano ba yung LCD natin? LCD is x plus 3 times x minus 3. Paano nakukuha ang LCD? So we have there x squared minus 9, that is x plus 3 times x minus 3. Then meron kang x plus 3, ang factor lang niya, x plus 3. Ano LCD? Ito, di ba? Kukunin ito, x plus 3. Tapos yung walang partner, ibababa rin. Yan ang LCD natin. Parang LCD, kunyari, 9 and 3. Ano ba ang 9? 3 times 3. Ano ang 3? 3 times 1. Ito LCD, 3, baba to, 3 times 1. 9. Okay? So yan ang LCD natin. X plus 3 times x minus 3. This LCD divided by this LCD, we get 1. Multiplied by 1, we get 1. This LCD divided by this LCD, we get x minus 3. Multiplied by 2x, we get 2x times x minus 3. Now you have a choice if you want to simplify this numerator or pwede na kayo mag-plug in. Pag nag-plug in kayo, you will get here, sa baba, you will get here 0, negative 3 plus 3. Ito naman, negative 3 minus 3, negative 6. Sa numerator, we get 1 plus 2 times negative 3 times negative 3 minus 3, we get 37. Now, meron ka dito something positive, something negative. Identify mo na lang yung sign na to. So, ano yung sign natin dito? Kasi negative 3 from the left, we get negative 3.01. So, negative 3.01 plus 3, that is negative. So, 0 negative. So, meron kang positive, negative, negative, we get positive. And so, we get positive. Ito pala yung LCD. We get here positive infinity. Okay? Ito yung makukuha natin. Oh, ganito ha. Bakit ito yung mas gusto kong solution? Kasi ito, iniiwasan ko talaga makarating, medyo nakakabagabag kasi ito yung infinity, tapos may infinity kayo dito. Kahit plus 5 nakalagay. Hindi mo kasi alam kung ito yung positive or negative. Yun yung iniiwasan. So, as um, para sa akin, mas iniiwasan ko itong kapag may mga naka-add yung mga rational, as much as possible, gusto ko siyang isulat as one expression lang. Di ba may plus? Ito naging one expression na lang siya. Para ang balik ninyo, ito lang yung kailangan yung alalahanin na rules. Yung, uh, yung rule na constant multiplied by an infinity or negative multiplied by infinity. Yun yung madaling maalala. Yung, kumbaga parang, pwede nyo makakalimutan for now, itong infinity plus infinity na ito. Ang magandang maalala, itong mga constant, minamultiply mo ng infinity. Mas madali yung mga rules kasi nila maalala. Okay? Actually, madali naman talaga ang rule ng positive ng infinite limits. Let's look at more example. Ay. So, ito yung mga pasaway. Positive infinity plus positive infinity, positive infinity minus positive infinity, ganun lang, indeterminate. 0 multiplied by infinity, indeterminate din. So what if you encounter this? So, katulad ito nung nag-limits tayo, yung pag nakuha ka ng 0 over 0. Pag nakuha ka ng 0 over 0, either you have to factor or rationalize. Ganun yung technique na gagawin natin dito. So, suppose limit of the numerator is, limit of f is positive infinity and limit of g is positive infinity. Then limit of f minus g as x approaches a is an indeterminate type of form, infinity minus infinity. On the other hand, if limit of f is 0 and limit of g is infinity, then the limit of their product is an indeterminate form of type 0 times infinity. Okay, so may tatlo na tayong alam na indeterminates, 0/0, infinity minus infinity, tsaka 0 times infinity. And papakita natin yung mga attack kung paano pag ganito yung nakita nating problem. Yan, halimbawa, limit of 3 over x minus 2 minus 2x over x squared minus 4. Now, ito na yung reason kung ba't mas pinipili ko talaga mag-LCD method. Kasi pag nag-plugging ka ng 2 from the right, i-favorite natin 2 from the right, we get here 3 over 2 minus 2. That would be 3 over 0. Pero 2 plus 2.01. So ito ay positive. So meron kang positive infinity. Minus, ito naman, 2 times 2 over 2 squared minus 4. So we get positive infinity minus 4 over 0. Eh yung 2 mo naman dito, 2.01. 2.01 squared, alam mo mas malaki ito sa 4. Mas malaki yung 4 point something yan. So 4 point something minus 4, that would be 0 positive. So meron ka dito 2 times 2 minus 3 over 0 positive. So meron kang positive infinity minus positive infinity. Or this is equal to infinity minus infinity. So, gusto ko para maiwasan natin itong mga ganitong problem. Pag may nakuha kayong infinity o minus infinity, the best way to attack this problem is using LCD. Factor mo yung x squared minus 4. That's x minus 2 times x plus 2. Ano LCD nila? LCD is x minus 2 times x plus 2. Dito naman x minus 2. So, circle x minus 2 times x plus 2. Huwag kayo mag-cross multiply na class, ha? That's very elementary and high school, ha? Kasi tama rin naman yung technique na yun, yung cross multiplication. Kaso lalaki ang expression niyo. Ang nangyayari, mas nagiging complicated yung expression. Masanay kayo sa LCD method para mas simplified yung version na mo ko. Hindi siya necessarily in lowest terms, pero mas simple siya kaysa yung kino-cross multiply ninyo. I-cross multiply niyo yan, tapos ima-multiply niyo itong denominator. Lalaki yung denominator mo lalo. So dito, this LCD divided by x minus 2, we get 3, we get x plus 2 times 3. So 3 times x plus 2, we get 3x plus 6. Yon. X minus 2 times x plus 2 divided by this, we get 1 times 2x. 2x, or minus a minus 2x. Then simplify 3x minus 2x, we get x plus 6. Then plug into ulit. 2 plus 6, 8. 2 plus 2, 4. 2 positive minus 2, 0 plus. So, kasi 2.01. So you get here 0 plus. Positive, positive, something positive, positive, infinity. So ano yung gist ng story na to? Ano lang, parang isang takeaway lang ng ano na to. Infinity minus infinity, ang lumabas sa sagot, positive, infinity. It's not always the case. It can be the case that infinity minus infinity is indeed 0. Pero may kailangan kang manipulation na gawin para makarating ka talaga doon. Pero ang sinasabi nun, infinity minus infinity is not, walang definite answer talaga dyan. Kaya indeterminate. You have to determine that. Okay? Ah, ayan. So, limit of 1 over 4 minus t multiplied by t over t minus 1 minus 8 over t plus 2. Pahirapan tayo ng papahirapan. So, favorite part, mag-plug in. If you plug in 4, 1 over 4 minus 4, 1 over 0. Ito naman, 4 over 4 minus 1, with the 4 thirds, 8 over 4 plus 2, 8 6. So 4 thirds minus 4 thirds, 4 thirds and 8 6, that would be 0. So we get here infinity times 0. Ang nga pala kagandahan sa infinity times 0, you don't need to identify kung plus or minus to. Yung infinity. Basta ang infinity mo, Basta may nakamultiply kang zero, automatic na indeterminate. So what do we do? O, di ba, may outline dito kung ano yung mga ginagawa usually. Plug in, simplify, plug in. Paulit-ulit itong plug in na to. So, simplify. Pag sinimplify mo, ano LCD natin? LCD nung nasa parentheses, t minus 1 times t plus 2. This LCD divided by t minus 1, we get t plus 2 times t. We get t multiplied by t plus 2. This LCD divided by t plus 2, we get t minus 1 times 8. We get 8 times t minus 1. And then we adopt the subtraction sign. Then we simplify. Simplify natin tong numerator. Ano tong numerator? That would be t squared plus 2t minus 8t plus 8. Ano? 8t squared plus 2t minus 8t. So we get t squared minus 6t plus 8. And then this numerator multiplied by this numerator, numerator multiplied by numerator, this numerator. Denominator multiplied by denominator, denominator. O ganun lang class, sa A over B times C over D ay AC over BD lang ha. Baka isipin ninyo may mga magic pa na cross multiplication dyan. Wala na. Multiplication lang lang. And then after that, na-simplify mo, plug in ka ulit. Pag nag-plug in ka, ano ang numerator mo? You get here 16 minus 24 plus 8, that is 0. Denominator mo, 4 minus 4 is 0. Okay? Ito 4 minus 1, 4 minus 1, 3. 4 plus 2, 6. So anyway, 0 over 0 makukuha mo. Indeterminate na naman. So dahil indeterminate yan, kailangan mo na lang mag-simplify. So, ano gawin natin dito? Factor mo yung numerator. Factor ng numerator, t minus 2 times t minus 4. Then, this 4 minus t, kasi sino ba yung kailangan mo matanggal na? Sino ba yung nagpapa-0 over 0? Yung factor na t minus 4. So, yung gusto mo mawala, t minus 4. From here, pwede mo siya isulat as t minus 4, may negative sa labas. Cancel to, tsaka ito. We get negative t minus 2 over t minus 1 times t plus 2. So we plug in 4. Plug in 4, negative 4 minus 2 parentheses over 4 minus 1 times 4 plus 2. So we get negative 2 over 3 times 6. So we get negative 1. Okay? O, di ba? Ano nakuha? Ano yung idea dito? So, ibig sabihin, infinity times 0 is not necessarily 0 or infinity. Ang nakuha ang sagot, negative 1 lang. Okay? So, may sagot na nakuha. So, hindi laging ano ha, pag nagmo-multiply infinity, infinity na yan. Okay? Or nagmo-multiply ng 0, 0 na yan. So, you have to determine. Okay? Question. Break muna tayo or we now go to our next lesson? Let's proceed. Sige. Ito naman. Babalik na rin naman natin ngayon yung domain tsaka yung range. Balik na rin. Hindi tayo mag-inverse dito. Balik na rin naman natin this time. Consider f of x equal to 1 over x. Now, ang kaninang lumalaki si y, di ba? Y goes to positive infinity. Tapos si x lumalapit kay 0 or a. Balik na rin natin. What if si x naman yung lumalaki? Ano nangyayari kay y? May number ba siyang lalapitan? So, halimbawa, 1 over x. Say, si x lumalaki. So, dalawang direction na to, no? Positive infinity or negative infinity, pag ganun. Dati ang tinitingnan natin, unit interval, pag ganyan, no? Left and right. Pero ngayon, pag ganun na yung direction. Okay. So, let's see. If x is 1, what is 1 over 1? 1. 1 over 10, that is 0.1. 1 over 1,000, 0.000, 1 over, ano ba number? 1 over 1 million. 1 over, laki number, oo. Okay. It's this number here. Okay, so ano napapansin nyo? Habang lumalaki si x, yung value ng y natin naman, pumupunta sa zero. Paano naman pag pumupunta sa negative infinity yung value ng x? Papansin nyo naman, kunyari x mo negative 1, 1 over negative 1, negative 1. 1 over negative 100, negative 0.1. 0.1. 0.01. That 0.01. Negative 10,000, this number. So, either way, habang lumalaki yung value ng x mo, yung y mo pumupunta naman sa 0 din. So, paano yung notation para sa isang to? Kasi x na yung pumupunta sa infinity. Eh. And for this one, ito ang graph ng 1 over x. Sabi, kanina ang inobserve natin, lumalapit dito. Di ba ang domain nito, domain of f, all real except 1. So, except 0 pala, except 0. Yung inobserve natin, yung number na wala sa domain. Now, this time, titingnan natin yung mga nandito sa part na to. So, sabi, habang lumalaki si x, yung y value, paliit ng paliit. Nagiging y is equal to 0. Ito ang y is equal to 0, x-axis. So, ibig sabihin, yung y value niya lumalapit sa x-axis. Nagdi-dip down. Ganon din yung ganon din sa kabilang to. Habang, habang lumalaki si x in a negative sense, ayoko kasi sabihin lumiliit ito. Habang lumalaki si x in a negative sense, yung y value, nag-zero out there. Or ang term nila dito, ang term na ginagamit ng mga analysts dito, nagva-vanish. Pag dito naman, yung y value, sumasabog. Yun yung term na ginagamit nila. Sumasabog, pag pumupunta yung y sa infinity, sumasabog. Pag pumupunta yung y sa zero, nagva-vanish. Wala, cute yung mga ginagamit na. Okay? Yun yung mga ibang mga mathematics in terms of okay? Sumasabog, nagva-vanish. Okay, so ano yung intuitive definition behind it? So we say that the limit of f as x approaches positive infinity is L. So may number ha. If the values of f gets closer and closer to a number L as the values of x increase without bound. And here's our notation. Limit of f as x approaches plus infinity is equal to L. Similarly, we say that the limit of f as x approaches negative infinity is L if the values of f get closer and closer to L as the values of x decrease without bound. And ang notation natin, limit of f of x as x approaches negative infinity is equal to L. Now I know what you've been thinking later on. Pwede bang ito x, ito plus infinity, tapos itong L mo plus infinity rin? O, pwede yan. Halimbawa, mamaya may ano tayo. Kasi may papakita tayong technique kung paano magiging positive infinity rin. Okay? Of course, ganun ulit, pag may limit problem tayo, balikan natin yung illustration natin. Okay? So, for this part here, okay, etong part na to, limit as x approaches plus infinity, positive infinity to, no? Papunta doon, yung 1 over x mo lumalapit sa 0. On the other hand, limit of f of x as x approaches negative infinity, lumalapit ka naman sa 0 din. Okay? Okay. Later on, sige, ito muna yung first remark natin. First remark. First remark class, don't do this. Wala tayong limit of x approaches plus infinity from the left and from the right. Walang idea niya. Ang infinity ay hindi number. At ang nasa kaliwa at kanan ng infinity ay infinity pa rin. Okay? So walang infinity from the left, infinity from the right. Wala ring negative infinity from the left at wala ring negative infinity from the right. Ang nasa left and right nila infinity. I'm sure may mga tumatawa na dyan sa likod ng video. Pero, I believe me, may gumagawa pa rin yan sa exam. Pag natataranta, nakakita ng limit problem involving na ganito, talagang nag one-sided limit sila, nag-limit from the left, limit from the right ng infinity. Ayun, desperate time. Pag hindi na-gets yung concept, gagawin pareho yan. Wala tayong one-sided nito ha. Okay, next. And yung first idea na gusto ko yung makuha dito. Ang second idea na gusto ko makuha nyo rito, especially pag pupunta na tayo sa ano, kasi notice puro pa lang ano tayo, no? Polynomial functions, rational functions, radical, piecewise, absolute, greatest integer. Wala pa tayo yung mga transcendental functions, yung mga e to the x, sin x, wala pa. So, may sasanayin na ako sa inyong habit pag mag-a-analyze na tayo ng mga functions na yon. So, you can think of, kunyari, may x ka, di ba? Ang x, polynomial yan. Polynomial lang, x squared, polynomial. Pero kapag nilagyan mo na yan, kunyari, ng sign, ano na siya, transcendental. Magiging transcendental, sign of x squared. So, ano yung gusto kong maging takeaway nyo dito? Kasi, later on, magli-limit din tayo. Limit, tapos may mga sign na kayo dito, tapos may x squared. Ang mangyayari, um, ganun yung favorite part pa rin natin. Kunyari, sa x approaches zero, favorite part natin, magpa-plug in tayo. So, makukuha mo, sine zero squared. But this time, you have to identify yung ginagawa natin di ba, isipin niyo itong mga sign na to, ito yung pumalit sa square root ngayon. Square root, what else? Ito yung 1 over, yung less natin kanina na, 1 over 0 from the left or 1 over 0 from the right. You have to identify kung ano ba itong 0 squared na to. Alam natin 0 yan. But is it 0 plus or 0 minus? Okay? Yun yung kailangan natin maano na dito. Which is parang okay, it makes sense kapag ma-encounter na natin yung mga sine, cosine, e to the x mamaya. Kailangan natin i-identify yung sine talaga. Bakit tayo sumulat? Okay. Kailangan mo i-identify kung 0 plus or 0 minus. Okay. So, may nakikita rin kayong 0 dito ulit. So, parang kailangan mo siya ma-identify. Although, in this particular example, hindi pa necessary. For example, yung sinabi ko kanina, pag may function kayo, nagpapalimit, hindi naman common practice na hinahanap ang domain talaga ng function. Later on natin gagawin yan. Pero for now, hindi talaga hinahanap muna ang domain pag naglilimit tayo. Ganon din, hindi rin common practice na i-identify mo to kung 0 plus or 0 minus. Okay. Kasi, pero kasi i-adapt natin yun soon eh. Pag may, kunyari, sine 1 over x, parang kailangan mo identify ano ba yung 1 over x sa loob niya. 0 plus, 0 minus. So, gaganon na. So, ganun lang din dito. 1 over x, as x approaches infinity, alam natin 0. Now, kapag may nakita kang infinity dito, sabi, okay, 0 siya. Is it 0 plus or 0 minus? Ganyan. So, identify mo kung anong 0 siya. Basta pag zero, pasaway din tong zero, no? Kaya yung identify kung zero plus or zero minus. So, kasi yung zero mo, oo, nanggaling siya sa mga batch ng positive na ano, no? So, ito ay zero plus. Ito naman, nanggaling siya sa batch ng mga negative. So, ito ay zero minus. A good way to remember that is, ito na. A good way to remember that is yung favorite nating technique. I-plug in mo lang. 1 over positive infinity is equal to 0 plus. Bakit 0 plus? May isa kang isang pizza, paghahatian ng infinite number of congressman. Okay, ano matitira halos sa kanila? Halos wala. Di ba? Halos wala ang matitira sa kanila. 1 over infinity, something small, paghahati-hatian ng infinite number of people, halos wala ka nang makukuha. Pero kasi, titingnan mo ulit, 1 o positive over positive, positive yung zero natin. We don't need to do this right now. Okay? We will do this Kasi hindi lang kailangan infinity kasi pwede ka rin makakuha ng limit as x approaches 5. Halimbawa, uh, 5 of x minus 5 is equal to 0. So, kung 5 plus, ito ay 0 positive. Kung 5 minus, ito ay 0 negative. Gagawin natin yung soon. Pag 0 yung nakukuha nating sagot dito, i-identify pa natin kung 0 plus o 0 minus. Pero in the context na yun, ng mga may sign, cosine. Pero for now, kasi wala pa naman tayo sa mga sign, cosine, e to the power x, l, and x, wala pa. Okay lang kahit hindi identify kung 0 plus o 0 minus. Okay? Pero later on natin gagawin lang. Okay, balik tayo dito. Ito naman, paano to? Favor ninyo mag-plug in. 1 over negative infinity, you get here, 0. Ano siya? Plus or minus? Kasi ito positive, ito negative. 0 siya. 0 negative. Pero, kaya pala, sorry, gaya nga nasabi ko, you don't need this sign for now. Okay? Sa 0 lang ba daw siya ina-apply? Yeah. Sa 0 lang siya ina-apply kapag may 0 kang nakuha. Other number, wala tayo dito, kunyari 1 ang nakuha mo dito, hindi mo kaya identify kung 1 minus o 1 plus. Sa 0 lang talaga. Kasi ang 0, hindi naman talaga siya positive, hindi siya negative. Sa calculus lang siya nagkakaroon ng duality. Okay, nagkakaroon siya ng identity crisis sa calculus. Sa algebra, it's neither positive nor negative. Pero sa calculus, may identity crisis siya. Okay? So, ano ang geometric interpretation ng, um, what do you call this one? Limits at infinity. Okay? Ang limits at infinity naman, it now corresponds to what we call the horizontal asymptote. So the line y is equal to L is what we call a horizontal asymptote if one of these is satisfied. Limit of f as x approaches negative infinity is to some number L, or limit of f as x approaches positive infinity is equal to L. Basta isa lang masatisfy sa dalawang yan, may horizontal asymptote ka. So ano yung tsura nun? Okay. Etong f of x as x approaches negative infinity, may dalawang possible na itsura cases. So pag nag-graph tayo, medyo hmm, papakiramdaman mo rin kung saan nanggagaling yung trend ng graph. Kung galing pa ganyan o pa ganito. Kasi as x goes to negative infinity, ito ang negative infinity. So habang papunta ka sa negative infinity, lumalapit ka to some number L. Y is equal to L. Ito yung Y is equal to L. Lumalapit ka. In our case kanina, ito ay Y is equal to 0. Lumalapit kayo sa Y is equal to 0. So dito, Y is equal to L. May dalawang behavior. Pwedeng pa ganito yung approach ng graph mo o pa ganito. Hindi siya didikit dun sa horizontal asymptote. Lumalapit lang siya. Pag x approaches positive infinity naman, ito naman yung behavior ng graph. Okay? So just remember, this behavioral graphs, tingnan namin kung magkaka-applications tayo. Pero kung hindi, babalikan natin ito kung nag-graphing tayo. So, ang mangyayari kasi, this horizontal asymptote will be mixed with the vertical asymptote. At paano yung interplay niya pag may marami ka ng asymptotes. Okay? Okay, so at least may idea ka na, okay, ganito yung itsura ng graph. Pag may mga limits at infinity pa. So the question now, ang question na natin ngayon is, how do we know, or how are we able to do this graph kung kailangan pa natin mag-compute muna ito? So, yung computational muna ang gagawin natin. Paano yung computational techniques? Pag may mga plus or minus infinity ka na involved. And ito yung parang kailangan nyo may mga maalala kayong tricks dito ha. Pag involved kayo ng plus or minus infinity. So, let's look at some examples. Okay. Oh, by the way, um, isa nga palang remark dito. So, we get here limit of 1 over x as x approaches positive infinity is 0. And limit of 1 over x as x approaches negative infinity is 0. Unlike nung limit from the left, limit from the right, na may superscript ka, hindi sila superscript ha, na ganyan ha, ang meron sila sign talaga dito. So hindi siya, huwag niyo i-drop yung sign. Huwag niyo i-drop yan. Sabihin niyo lang x approaches infinity is zero. Pwede sabihin, limit as x approaches plus or minus infinity. Ito yung tama. 1 over x is equal to zero. Pero wag niyo i-drop yung infinity, yung plus or minus infinity. Kaya sasabihin niyo, ay pareho naman sa infinity. Pareho naman sa plus or minus infinity. Oo, sa plus minus. Hindi sa infinity to the right, infinity to the left. O, okay, ito, positive, negative ang basa. Ito, to the right, to the left. Pero walang infinity to the right, left ha. Yan, ang gusto ko lang sabihin dito, daldal ko. Ang gusto ko lang sabihin dito, huwag niyo gagayahin yung notation natin. If in doubt, kopyahin niyo na lang yung notation. Or huwag muna kayo magpambibo na parang gusto ko maging sophisticated ang style of writing ko. If in doubt, sabi ng Senado, pili to lapid. Tahimik, shut up ka na lang. Okay? Okay, ano lang yan? Para safe. Okay? So, let's look at, ito na, limit theorems, para paano mag-solve. And so, ito yung kagandahan. Suppose limit of f as x approaches plus or minus infinity exists, and limit of g as x approaches plus or minus infinity, it also exists. Dahil nag-exist, at yung kagandahan, nag-exist, kumbaga, meron na tayong illusion of distributing. So limit of f of x plus or minus g of x is limit of f plus or minus limit of g. Okay? Katulad niya yung yung kung hindi to plus minus infinity, parang approaches a ka lang mo. So, parang ano lang, ganun lang, typical. Limit ng product, product ng limits, limit ng constant, may nakamultiply kang constant, alabas lang yung constant, constant times limit. And limit ng quotient, limit ng numerator over limit ng denominator, provided that the limit of the denominator is not equal to zero. Okay? Okay. So let's see. Ito pa pala. Nth root tsaka to the exponent. Kapag may limit ka, f of x to the power n, pwede mong ipasok yung limit sa loob. So, limit of f of x to the power n. Um, we'll delve more onto this property soon. Limit of nth root of f of x as x approaches positive infinity is nth root of limit of f of x is equal to nth root of f, provided that L is positive kapag n ay even. Pag n ay odd, okay lang kahit ang L mo negative, nth root, kunyari, cube root of negative 8. Okay lang yan. Pero kapag ang n mo even, halimbawa, fourth root of negative 16, does not exist na. Okay? Okay. So, let's have our very basic examples. Ano muna natin ito? Tignan natin graphically and tingnan natin algebraically. Limit of x as x approaches infinity. So, tingnan natin graphically. Ito ang graph ng y is equal to x. Okay? Ito ang graph niya. Tapos, sa sinasabi dito, yung x values natin lumalaki. So, habang lumalaki yung x natin, ano nangyayari sa y value nila? Ang nangyayari sa y value nila ay lumalaki rin. Positive infinity. Okay? Similarly, eto pa rin, y is equal to x. As x goes to negative infinity, ito naman yung part na yon. Okay? Ano nangyayari sa y value nila? Yung y value nila, pumupunta rin sa, dapat pumupunta rin sa negative infinity. So your favorite part, yung gagawin mo, yung favorite mo, mag-substitute, papalitan mo lang tong x mo ng, wala talaga yung info. Papalitan mo lang talaga tong x mo ng, hindi talaga sumulat. Okay. Papalitan mo lang tong x. Bakit ba ayaw sumunod? Papalitan mo lang tong x ng positive infinity. So positive infinity. Paano to plug-in ka? Ano pa mo positive? Replace mo yung x by negative infinity, get negative infinity. Okay, gawin natin yung sa technique na to, x squared, positive infinity. Positive infinity squared is equal to positive infinity times positive infinity. We get positive infinity. Negative infinity squared, negative infinity times negative infinity, positive infinity. Algebraically, yung favorite natin na mag-plug in, no? So, plug in ka lang or tingnan mo yung graph. Ano ba graph ng x squared? Ito. As x goes to positive infinity, saan pupunta yung mga y value? Positive infinity. As x goes to negative infinity, saan pupunta yung y value? Sa positive infinity. Makes sense. Graphically or yung daya, syempre, mas pipiliin yung daya. Kasi sa exam naman, we are not go, magre-rely kayo sa graph sa exam kapag may mga transcendental functions na. Pero usually kapag mga polynomial rational, madali lang itong mga technical, plug in method pa. Pero kapag may mga e to the x na elements, that's time you rely the graphs. Okay? Now, limit of 6. Limit ng constant as x goes to infinity. 6 pa rin, constant. Bakit? Ito ang graph ng y is equal to 6 eh. Y is equal to 6. So, as x goes to positive infinity, ano yung mga y value nila? Y value is consistent, 6 lang. As 6 goes to negative infinity, ganun din. 6 lang din. So, ang limit ng constant, constant. Limit ng pi as x approaches negative pi, pi. Limit ng 1 over x as x approaches plus infinity. So, pwede mo plug 1 over positive infinity. That would be 0. 1 over negative infinity, 0. Okay? Yan ina-identify kung 0 plus 0 minus. Soon natin gagawin. Okay? Pero you get an idea. Parang napa-plug in ka lang ng infinity. Okay. So, here is, may mga notes pa ako dito. Here is, ito yung summary. If C is a constant, then limit ng constant as x approaches plus or minus infinity is constant. If n is even, then limit of x to the power n as x approaches plus or minus infinity is plus infinity. Halimbawa, limit ng x to the power 4 as x approaches negative infinity. Para lang sa negative infinity to the power 4, which is positive infinity. Parang 4, ano ba ang negative 1 to the power 4? Positive, di ba? So, yun lang siya. If n is odd, eto na. If n is odd, limit of x approaches positive infinity. Halimbawa, x cubed. Limit as x approaches positive infinity. So positive infinity cube, we get there, positive infinity. Pero pag negative, negative infinity cube, makukuha mo, negative 1 cube times infinity. So we get negative infinity. So kapag odd, odd ito, negative infinity, negative infinity. Now, saan nag-agree ang even tsaka odd? 1 over x to the power n. Regardless kung odd or even yan, 1 over x to the power n as x approaches plus or minus infinity. 0. It's easy to imagine kasi yung x mo palaki ng palaki tapos lalo mo pa siyang pinalaki by raising it to the power n. Okay? So, talagang lalaki pa siya. So, mag-zero ka na. Now, if limit of the numerator is constant and limit of the denominator is infinity, then ang limit natin ay 0. Makes sense, constant over infinity is 0. Halimbawa, 1 over infinity is equal to 0. Isang pizza, paghahatian ng infinite number of people, halos walang slice ka na makukuha. Kahit sabihin pa natin na 5 pizza yan, paghahatian ng infinite number of people, halos wala ka pa rin makukuha slice talaga. Kahit 1 trillion yan, paghahati-hatian ng infinite, halos wala ka pa rin makukuha. So ang 0 over infinity class ay, ang tingin ninyo? 0 over infinity. Ano ang 0 infinity? Tingin ninyo? 0 over infinity. 0 over infinity would be 0. Okay. 0 over infinity is 0. Hindi indeterminate. Okay? Hindi indeterminate ang 0 over infinity. Ano yung, para madaling maalala kung bakit 0 siya? Okay, etong 1 over infinity, 0 siya. Kasi may number ka sa numerator talaga, no? May number ka, may isang pizza ka talaga. 5 pizza over infinity, 0. So parang, nag-inductively speaking, the 0 over infinity, 0 din. The idea here is this. Remember, ang infinity, it was born out of the concept of limits. So may limit ka as x approaches something. So x approaches, halimbawa, a positive infinity. Meron kang 0 over x. Yan, 0 over x. So ipa-plug mo 0 over infinity, kakabahan ka. In the first place, 0 over x, huwag mo muna pansinin itong limit na to. Ano ba ang 0 divided by x from algebra? Ito muna itong part na to. Algebra lang to. 0 over x is, hindi infinity from algebra, 0 divided by any number, 0 over 5 is 0. 0 over 3 ay 0. 0 over x ay 0. Okay. It just so happens na nilagyan natin ito. Ang sinasabi lang nito, class, si x, papunta pa lang sa infinity. Okay? Ito yung, you can say, ito yung philosophy behind it. Si x, papunta pa lang sa infinity, lumalaki pa lang si x, pero yung numerator mo, nag-zero na talaga siya. Namatay na talaga yung numerator mo. In the first place, mas naunang namatay yung numerator mo bago pumunta sa infinity yung denominator. Okay? Another way, mas naunang nag-vanish yung numerator mo bago ito sumabog yung denominator. So, zero na talaga yung numerator mo over x. So, in this scenario, equal ito sa limit ng 0 as x approaches infinity. At ang limit ng constant ay constant. Okay? Kaya 0. Yun yung ano, kaya 0 over infinity is not a indeterminate. Kasi naunang nag-zero out na yung numerator mo. Namatay na talaga siya in the first place bago pa man pumunta ng infinity yung denominator. Okay? So yun yun. Please, clear. Ang zero over infinity. So next question natin, paano man infinity over zero? So, ano mga tatanungin natin sa sunod? Okay? So, at least collect natin 0 over 0, infinity minus infinity, 0 times infinity. Yan yung mga indeterminates natin. Okay. Now, in item number 5, we can replace here x approaches infinity by x approaches a from the left, a from the right, and x approaches negative infinity. It will still hold. Okay? So let's look at some examples. Limit of x to the power 4 minus 2x cubed. Okay, ito ang teknika. Ito ang nakakaloka medyo sa limit sa infinity. Parang binebend niya ang rules ng napag-aralan natin infinite limits kanina. Okay. So, if we substitute, yung favorite niyo mag-substitute, infinity to the power 4 minus 2 times infinity cube, ano makukuha? Infinity minus 2 times infinity. Positive infinity minus positive infinity. So, infinity minus infinity. This is not the scenario that we want. Okay. Anong gagawin natin? Di ba sabi natin, ito yung kakaiba sa limits at infinity problem. Sabi natin, okay, so meron tayo dito hindi linear, di gawin natin, i-factor natin. Ano ba factor nito? Di, ang factor nito ay x cubed times x minus 2. That's a valid way on how to solve this problem. So, x cubed times x minus 2. And then, dahil na factor mo, plug in ka ulit. Pag nag-plug in ka, plus infinity cube, plus infinity minus 2, we get infinity cube times infinity minus 3, it's still positive infinity. So you get positive infinity. Okay. Walang anomaly. Parang wala na. Di ba yan yung ginagawa lang natin? It makes sense. So positive infinity and sagot. Now, That is one way on how to attack this problem. However, etong problem na to, it usually holds, mm, it usually works kapag nasa basic limits ka lang, basic limits, one-sided limits, infinite limits. Nag-work ito, yung factorization. Pina-factor mo sa mas maliit. Pero kapag limits at infinity na, medyo kakaiba siya, weirdo to eh. Ang isa-factor out, ito yung method number two. Ito yung method number one. Ito yung alam nating method. Method number two is the usual method na ina-apply sa limits at infinity. Method number two is you don't factor the smallest degree, x cubed. Instead, ang factor ng pinakamalaking power. Ang pinakamalaking power na nakikita mo ay x to the power 4. So, medyo weird to, no? Factor out may x to the power 4. So you will be left here with 1 minus 2 over x. So what happens here? So, eto, x to the power 4, as x goes to positive infinity, you get positive infinity. Ano ang limit ng 1 as x goes to positive infinity? 1. Ano ang limit ng 2 over x as x goes to positive infinity? 2 over positive infinity is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 times infinity. Infinity. Yan yung usual solution. Okay? Ayan, kaya notice, naka-remark talaga dyan din. Mr. Infinity problem, polynomial. Identify nyo kung anong uri ng limit problem. Identify nyo kung anong uri ng function to. And then may attack kayong gagamitin. Okay, yun yung mga attack yung gagamitin. Next, limit of 3x to the power 5 minus x to the power 4 plus 2x minus 4. If we use the first method na if a factor, pag nag-plug in ka na negative infinity dyan agad, 3 times negative infinity to the 5 minus negative infinity to the power 4 plus 2 times negative infinity minus 4. This would be negative 3, negative infinity minus positive infinity. Ayan na, dito pa lang sumasabog na agad. Negative infinity, hindi pala. Negative infinity minus positive infinity. Negative infinity pala. Sorry. Kasi ito, minus infinity minus 4. Nakuha pala negative infinity. Madali pala. Ulit. 3 times negative infinity minus negative infinity to the power 4 plus 2 times negative infinity minus 4. So we get negative infinity, negative, negative. Ito positive na negative, positive negative, minus 4. So negative, 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 minus 4. Negative infinity. Pwede yan. Pwede sa exam. Okay, pero syempre hindi ka magbibigay ng ganyan sa exam. Method 0 yun, or yung plug-in method, nakuha natin yung negative infinity. Di ba? Method 1. Ano yung method 1? Method 1 would be, factor out mo yung smaller, ano ba yung ano natin dito? Ano ba itong ginawa natin? Bakit x ang pinactor ko dito? Malay ko rin, hindi ko alam bakit x ang pinactor ko dyan. Method 1 is, i-factor mo to. Katulad dito, may mga linear factors ka. Kaso to the fifth power na yan. Ang hirap mag-factor ng fifth power. Na may lalabas ka lang ng mga linear factors. So, 5 linear factors. Ang hirap nun. So, ang gawin mo, method 2. Ito yung parang reserve talaga kapag may mga ganitong problem. Limit when you're approaching infinity. I-factor mo yung highest power, which is x to the power 5. Factor mo x to the power 5, regardless pa yan kung plus or minus infinity, ganun lang. Factor mo yung x to the power 5, so matitira 3 minus 1 over x plus 2 over x to the power 4 minus 4 over x to the power 5. Ano mangyayari niyan? So meron ka dito, negative infinity to the power 5, that would be negative infinity. Limit ng 3, 3. Etong mga may mga x denominator, what happens to them? Lumalaki yung denominator, so mag-0. So 0 plus 0 minus 0. So this is not 0, this is 3. 3 times negative infinity is negative. Okay? So, in general, if f is a polynomial function, then the limit of f polynomial to ha, only depends on the leading. Dito mo lang, ito na yung tignan mo. Ano to, hindi to rule of thumb, rule talaga to. Theorem. Pero kung nakalimutan nyo to, pwede mo gawin itong technique na to lagi. Pag polynomial, ganito yung technique, i-factor out mo yung highest degree. Okay? Highest degree ang pina-factor out. Tignan mo lang yan. So kung even ito, positive infinity. Kung odd ito, kung positive infinity. Pero kung negative infinity, negative infinity. Okay? Yan yung para sa polynomial. Okay, so, yung question natin kanina, pwede ba ito, limit as x approaches positive infinity of f of x is equal to positive infinity? So, ang x mo lumalaki, ang y mo lumalaki? Yes, pwede yan. Halimbawa, limit as x approaches positive infinity of x squared is equal to positive infinity. Lumalaki yung x, lumalaki rin yung y. So, pwede yan, magkahalo. Infinite limits, tapos limit at infinity ka pa. Magkahalo silang dalawa. And in fact, ano yan, usually behavior ng mga polynomial function mo, na ang limits at infinity nila, kadalasan ng mga polynomial ganito, pumupunta talaga sa plus or minus infinity. Kapag polynomial, yun yung behavior ng mga polynomials. Okay? Don't worry, we will recall that. Kasi alam ko medyo ang dami ng facts na bumaba sa atin ngayon. Okay. Ito na. Limit of rational limit of 1 over x cubed minus 4x as x approaches infinity. So you have two choice. So you can factor out, you can just plug in, ano pag pinagin yan? Positive infinity cube minus 4 times positive infinity. But you get infinity minus infinity sa denominator. So may indeterminate ka sa denominator. 1 over infinity minus infinity. So how are we going to remedy this problem? So dahil ito polynomial, factor out mo lang yung highest degree. Okay? Again, ay highest degree technique plus sa ano lang kapag ganito yung problem natin sa limit ha. Huwag i-apply sa kahit anong problem to. Factor out mo yung highest degree, x cubed times 1 minus 4x squared. So, plug in mo ng infinity, infinity cubed times 1 over 4 over infinity squared. Ito, mag-zero to. So, mayroon kong 1 minus 0 times infinity, 1 over positive infinity is 0. Okay? Next, limit of 3x squared minus 2x minus 5x squared, 5 over x squared as x approaches negative infinity. Ito maganda. To, bakit? Itong isang to, intuitively, mag-zero talaga to. Kasi may x na sa ilalim. But, if it doesn't make, hindi agad yun apparent, pwede mo siya isulat kasi as 5x to the power negative 2. Okay? So, ito x squared, ito x to the negative 2. Sino ang highest power? Ang highest power, x squared. So, factor out ng x squared. So, matitira, 3 minus 2 over x minus 5x to the power negative 4. Or you can write it as limit of x squared times 3 minus 2 over x minus 5x to the power 4. Lahat ng mga may x, o katulad nung nangyari sa ano niya, sa original, mawawala to. Ito, pinalaki mo pa lalo yung denominator, mawawala. So matitira, negative infinity squared times 3. You get positive infinity. Okay? So that is one. Ito yung pag-attack kapag may mga polynomial, although ito rational. Attack kapag may mga ganitong scenario. Okay? May tanong muna rito. Ah, ang idea na kapag bottom heavy daw po yung rational, magiging zero na po siya. Pag bottom heavy na ang rational, um, halimbawa kasi kung 1 over x to the power 1. Pero pag 1 over x, palitin pa natin, ano sunod sa 1 1/4? Kasi pag 1 over x to the 1/4, tas infinity, no? Infinity to the power 1/4. Hmm. Ah, So, may nakikita tayong pattern na 1 over x to the 1 half, 1 over x to the 1 fourth, 1 over x to the 1 eighth, 1 over... So, ano nangyayari doon sa denominator? 1 over x to the 1 tenth. So, infinity to the 1 half, ano siya? Uh, Yan, tikap it's infinity pa rin. Infinity to 1 fourth, infinity. So, ano nangyayari dito? Ang nangyayari, ano no? 1 over 8. Ito, lumalaki, infinity over 1 over infinity. Ano bang 1 over infinity? Zero. Infinity to the power zero, as it turns out, it will be indeterminate. Ayun, magandang yung naging question. Pag marami daw bang variable yung baba, automatic na daw ba mag-zero? Kung usually, binibigyan sa Math 83, yeah, kapag variable to, mag-zero out lang talaga siya. Pero kapag ganito, pag meron na kayong 1 over x to the power 1 over 1 trillion, okay, limit as x approaches infinity. Yeah, it will still zero out, pero pag pinalaki mo kasi ng pinalaki itong denominator natin, mangyayari, infinity over raised to 1 over infinity, which is infinity raised to the power 0. Pag-aaralan dito, so indeterminate siya. So parang, ingat-ingat din pala tayo sa ganun. Mag-iingat din pa. Oo. So, for now, sige, we'll settle na kapag maraming variable yung ilalim. Pag may variable ka talaga sa ilalim, nag-zero out. Pag may variable tayo sa ilalim, ito na mga ganito, nag-zero out lang talaga siya. Mm-mm. Okay? Nag-zero out. Pero in reality, hindi siya. Okay. Nagiging positive po ba ang negative infinity if even yung degree ng variable? Yes. Oo. Yes. Halimbawa, ito, no? X squared, negative infinity. Ang highest power natin dito yung x squared. Factor out mo na yung x squared. So, kumbaga, kung sino talaga yun din, nag-a-apply din sa kanya to, hindi lang polynomial function. It depends only on the leading term. Mm-mm. So, to clarify, kapag maraming variable, kapag variable heavy, kunyari, ito, variable heavy, most of the time, mag-zero out lang ito mga. Mag-zero out. And what else? Kapag negative infinity, kapag ito, even, yung na-factor out mo dito ay even, yes, that's negative infinity to, magiging positive infinity. Okay. Ito pa. If the limit approaches plus or minus infinity, is equal to wait, nahilo ako dun. Does the limit exist? If the limit anong limit natin? L or infinity? Yung L natin dito, number or infinity? Kunyari, limit as x approaches plus infinity of a function is equal to infinity. The limit still does not exist. Pero kunyari ito, limit of f is equal to L. The limit exists. Okay, get. The limit as x approaches plus infinity is equal to L. Basta may number ka dito. Ito yung pinaka-importante, yung number na to. The limit exists. Ang hindi nag-exist, yung limit as x approaches a of f of x is equal to infinity. The limit does not exist. Uh, pero, kung number ito, L, limit of f of x, regardless pa kung infinity ito or a ito, basta may number ka dito, the limit exists. Ayun. Tama ba? Yun yung ano ko, Hans? Yun yung tama yung ano ko? Interpretation? Ayun. Sinagot pa. Okay. Maya. Okay, tama. Ayun. Okay. Teka lang nga, baka mag-end tayo, mag-extend na tayo para matapos na natin to. Okay. So, okay, nagpatakbo oras. Madaldal talaga ako dito. Ilang slides ba? Konti na lang naman pala. Okay. How about limit of x minus 1 over 3x plus 1 as x approaches plus infinity? Now, anong meron na tayo dito? Rational. Now, hindi natin alam ang itsura ng graph niyan, so mag-tabular muna tayo, tabular method. So, provide yung table dito, ano ba nangyayari sa values? Kapag ang x, so x goes to plus infinity. If x is 1, so 1 minus 1 over 3 times 1 plus 1, we get 0. Pag 10, we get this value. Pag 10 to the power 3, we get this value. 10 to the 7.333. You get an idea, no? Parang, mukha siya pupunta ng 1/3. Okay, pero paano natin nalaman na 1/3 yan? Of course, i-adopt natin yung first technique natin from itong technique na nalaman natin dito. Ano yung technique na nalaman natin dito? Well, plug in ka. Yun yung unang alam natin. Infinity minus 1 over 3 times infinity plus 1. That would be infinity over infinity. In fact, ito ay another indeterminate. Pero hindi pa natin ito pinakover itong indeterminate na to. So, hindi siya infinity over infinity. Indeterminate siya. I-apply natin yung nalaman nating method kanina. I-factor natin yung highest degree sa numerator or highest power. That would be x. So x multiplied by 1 over 1 minus x, 1 over x rather, all over dito, highest power, x din. X times 3 plus 1 over x. So, ano mangyayari? Kasi si x, it's nag-approach pa lang siya sa infinity. Hindi pa talaga siya infinity. Pwede mo i-cancel itong x nito. This x sa numerator, x sa denominator, pwede i-cancel. So matitira 1 minus 1 over x over 3 plus 1 over x. Yung mga may x sa denominator, mag-zero out lang yan. So matitira 1 minus 0 over 3 plus 0. So we get 1/3. Ayun, lumabas yung 1/3. Okay? So that's the long, ito yung ina-apply natin yung polynomial method sa rational method. Of course, hahanap tayo ng mas madaling method para sa rational. Ayun na naman, parang bawat function may kanya-kanya silang technique talaga. Ito na pala pakilala natin. So suppose the numerator goes to infinity and the denominator goes to infinity as x goes to a. Then the limit of f over g is an indeterminate form of type infinity over infinity. So, pwede mo i-replace yung x approaches a by a from the right, from the left, plus infinity or negative infinity. Now, here's the technique on how, ito yung technique na i-apply natin para pag may rational tayo. Okay? Rational. Multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 over x to the power n, 1 over x to the power n, all over 1 to the power x to the power n. May ganyan sa numerator, may ganyan sa denominator, where n is the higher degree between the numerator and the denominator. Parang sa higher power, yung tinanggal ko talaga. May sariling notes ako. Hindi ko sinunod yung ano sa kanya. Between the numerator and the denominator. Tignan niyo yung highest power. Okay? Ito yung technique na gagamitin natin. So, balikan natin tong example na to. X minus 1 over 3x plus 1. What is the highest power? The highest power is 1. Pareho sila. So, we multiply times 1 over x to the power 1 all over 1 over x to the power 1. 1 over x, distribute doon, 1 over x times x, 1 minus 1 over x times 1, 1 over x, all over 1 over x times 3x, 3x over x plus 1 over x. Cancel to, we get 1 minus 1 over x over 3 plus 1 over x. Yung mga may x sa denominator, mag-vanish. And you get 1/3. Yun yung technique natin kapag limits at infinity. Okay? Let's look at this example. Limit of x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3 all over 4x to the power 4 minus x squared plus x plus 1 as x goes to infinity. Okay, so you have two choices. Yung choice niyo, yung kasi polynomial over polynomial to. At notice, katulad siya ng example na to. Ninote ko na limit infinity problem, polynomial. Ito naman ngayon, this time, limits at infinity problem, rational. So, yung first choice ninyo, pwede nyo aralin yung parehong yung numerator denominator. Sa numerator, factor out yung x cubed, yung highest degree. Sa denominator, factor out yung x to the power 4. Or, i-apply natin yung method na bago natin. Ang pinakamalaking degree ay to the power 4. So we multiply 1 over x to the power 4 all over 1 over x to the power 4. 1 lang na sila. 1 over x to the power 4 times x cubed, we get 1 over x. Minus 1, 2 over x squared times 1 over x to the power 4, 2 over x squared. Plus 3 over x to the power 4, 3 over x to the power 4. All over 4x to the power 4 times 1 over x to the power 4, minus 1 over x squared plus 1 over x cubed plus 1x to the power 4. So what happens? Lahat ng mga may x sa numerator, ay sa denominator, mawawala. So matitira 0 minus 0 plus 0 over 4 minus 0 plus 0 plus 0. So we get 0. Okay. O di ba ang dali lang pala na? Ganun lang siya. Ganun yung pag-solve. Pag rational. Magmumultiply na kayo ng highest power. Okay? Let me just finish this rational part. Ay, anong slides ko pa? Okay, wait, pause.